Well, I think it was a good performance tonight for the Buffs. I thought we were very good going forward. Scored 3 really good goals. Credit to Iowa State. I thought they created some good chances. A little disappointed to give up the free kick goal at the end, but overall a great performance from the Buffs tonight.
Danny, after last week's match, you came out here and said you weren't happy with the effort, especially in the first half. How much was that a talking point this week? And you alluded to it. Did you feel like it was a better effort, especially right out of the gate there?
Effort, but I think, Pat, also just confidence and not uncertainty. You're uncertain, then all of a sudden you stop moving, and then it looks like you're not giving effort. So I thought they bought into the game plan. They moved the ball well. And like Dave Morgan said after the game when we were talking to the team, I thought the players that came in really changed the tempo. Really changed the game, kept the level high, and the second half was some of the best soccer we played this year.
Hope spoke on that rotation as well and said like the players coming off the bench kind of gave her energy. What was your mindset in deciding those kind of rotations tonight?
Well, I think we only have 23 healthy players, so everybody's in the mix, and these players work hard every day. And when we have a chance to give them opportunities, we want to give them opportunities. The good thing with getting up 3-0 was we were able to rest Hope and some of the other players, but the other players that came in, there wasn't a drop off. Maybe it would have been nice to get another goal, maybe nice to not give up a goal. But I think at the end of the day, Iowa State probably deserves something out of this match. But really pleased with everyone that played tonight.
What has been the difference with Hope this year from last year? 8 goals, really good season, led the team in goals and points, but this year is another level.
We always talk about, at the end of the day, if you're going to be a better program, your better players have to be better. Everyone's going to get better just by being in the environment, being in the culture. But what's going to separate players is the good players becoming great players. And it's not, when you talk about effort, the effort's been there since day one. She scored 2 goals as a freshman, but her effort, her focus, her work rate on both sides of the ball, nothing's been different. It's just she's coachable and she's buying into the coaching, and she's getting the end product from it now.
She had a couple game scoring drought here. It was maybe only a long drought by the standards she set earlier this year, but did you see anything different out of her tonight besides just the finishing that maybe was lacking the last couple games?
I think she got a little frustrated last Thursday. I think the whole team did, and I think it affected her. And we talked a lot about this week that, hey, at the end of the day, the hardest thing to do in soccer is score. That's why those players are paid the most. That's why they're bought for the most. That's why they're the most famous. So, but you can be 89 minutes of nothing and 1 minute of brilliance, and you're the hero. And I think as a striker, you have to understand that. And but she also brings so much more. So maybe when she doesn't score, she brings a lot more to the team.
Coach, Ava had the assist as well. What do you kind of think of the other players who helped contribute on that offense?
Yeah, I mean, a great serve on that one. Really liked the build-up in the last serve from Kaylee to Hope. Was fantastic, and maybe unlucky maybe not to get a couple other ones in there. But the service was very good tonight.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah, you mentioned Iowa State had a few good opportunities. What do you think of your defensive core tonight?
I thought the second half we did better. I think the first half we were getting caught up a little high. Balls were skipping through. They were getting kind of half chances on kind of breakaways. I thought the second half we were much more organized defensively and kind of really limited their opportunities.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.